this post is on the Keurig. It's called the K-Duo Hot and Cold Single Serve Carafe Coffee Maker. This is the Generation 2 model, so that's the updated model. I'm gonna go over all its features. I'm also gonna make a cup of coffee and a carafe size of coffee so you can see how that works. Now that is what I absolutely love about this. Look at the size. It's a small footprint for two things that it does. So if you have a large family that drinks a lot of coffee, or if you have a party, you can do the carafe. Or if you just want a single cup of coffee, you can do the K-Pods here and do that as well. So you've got two different machines in one unit. I love that. And talking about the footprint, the size of this is only 11 inches in the width here. It's 12 3/4 inches tall. And then if I scoot it to the side here, the depth is only 13 inches in deep. The back here is where the tank is at, and this is 72 ounces. So this is a very large tank, so that means you don't have to refill it all the time, which is really nice. You can either take it off of the stand like that, take off the lid, refill it that way, or if you want, you can leave it on the base here and just lift up the top and then fill it in this way. The extension cord, it is 34 inches long and it's a 2-prong. And in the front here, if you wanted to use the carafe, it does have a hot plate. It'll keep that warm for 2 hours before it automatically shuts off. Or if you want to use the single stand over here, you could do that with your stand here. Or if you wanted to use a traveling mug and it's too tall, you take out the stand, it's removable, and then now you're able to put your traveling mug underneath. So now let me go ahead and go over the control system here on the top. I'm going to bring it closer so that you're able to see it up close. So this is the controls here, and this button blinking with a K, that is your start or your brew button to start. If you push this button here, this is your carafe size. So this would do your carafe size here, and this is in cups. So you have a choice between 8, 10, and 12, and all you have to do is just push the button and it goes through and it highlights which cup size that you want for your carafe. Pushing this button on the right side, this is your pod button. So when I push that, that now is highlighted. So now for your pod, we're going to go with ounces on this side, and this would be on this side of the machine. So it goes from 8 ounces to 10 to 12. And again, same thing, you just push this button until you're ready to stop at whatever size that you want. If you were going to do a cold brew, you would press this cold button. I don't know if you could see it, but now it's highlighted. And the cold brew is just on the single serve size. When you do the cold brew, it is now only at 6 ounces that it will do the cold brew. And the reason for that is that it's making an adjustment in the temperature of the water that's going to go through, and also taking in account of the ice that you have in your cup. So that's why it's only at 6 ounces. The other option you have here is a strong button. So once you push the strong button, it takes longer for it to brew. But again, you can go through the different sizes here in ounces and decide which strong brew that you want. Once you select either side and you're ready to go, all you have to do is press your button here and it will start brewing. I'm going to show you how that works in just a moment. The other two things that it has here, I don't know if you can see it, but one on the top, it says add water. So when that comes on, that means that the water tank, the reservoir in the back is low. And the other light that could come on is the descale buttons. And this light will come on, and then you can go ahead and descale the unit. Now on the top here, this side has the lip of the single serve side, which you can easily open up. Once you open it up, it does have a very sharp, pointy poker that has one up here and also down inside here. And what that does is it just pokes through the pod once you close it down on it. The left side here, again, you have these really easy opening up handles, and inside this is your filter container, and you do need a paper filter for this, and you can put that inside and then put this in and it's ready to go. Okay, so that's it of the controls. So now I'm going to show you how I make a cold cup of coffee. So I'm going to put this underneath. I'm going to choose the cold button here. It automatically goes to 6 ounces. And then I'm going to put the pod inside here, click it down, and then press the center K button, which is the start button to brew it. I'm going to fast forward this part, show you what the degrees of the temperature was, and it was 65 degrees in temperature for the cold water. And now the next example, it's a regular cup of coffee using the K-Pods. I'm gonna go ahead and put that in there. And then I'm gonna choose the 8 ounces on this and then press that center button. I'm gonna fast forward it and then take the temperature. So this one, when it's done, it comes out to 172 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's a really nice hot cup of coffee. Now we're going to do the third and last final example. I'm going to use a carafe of coffee to make. On the left side, I'm going to use this control. I'm going to make 8 cups of coffee. So I've got my ground beans in here in the filter, and also I'm going to press the 8 here on the carafe side and push the center K button, which is the start brew button. And now while it's brewing, let's say that you want a cup of coffee before it ends and you can't wait. All you have to do is take your cup of coffee, take the carafe out. It actually will stop the brewing of it. Pour yourself a cup of coffee. You got about 20 seconds, and then put the carafe back into the brewing area. It continues brewing, and then when it's done brewing, a red light turns on. This means that the hot plate underneath is on for about 2 hours, and then it automatically will turn off. But if you want to turn the hot plate off before the 2 hours, all you have to do is press this little red carafe button for about 3 seconds. The light turns off. That means that the hot plate is now turned off. If you want to turn it back on again, you do the same thing. You press the button for about 3 seconds, and then it turns back on. So I hope my post was able to show you up close this Keurig K-Duo. It's the hot and cold coffee maker for a single or a carafe. Hope it helped you in your decision. Thanks so much for watching.